And take another breath in together. And let it out. Feeling the exhale of everybody who's here with you virtually. Another breath in. And out. And then, just for this one moment, let's all unmute and we'll say the invocation together. The words are in the chat box if you need it. This is a prayer that comes to us from Hazrat Inayat Khan, and I see it as a way to open the container for the session and to connect us with everyone who's ever said this invocation. That's all of us right now. Amen. Bismillah, 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 Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Bismillah, in the name of the One. This is Arabic. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, mercy and compassion, the first two of the 99 names of Allah, of the One, in the Sufi tradition. And it's sometimes said that without those two, without mercy and compassion, none of the other qualities could exist. So Bismillah, four rounds of the Bismillah, and then Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. You can follow along. And this version of it has a lot of different possible energies that could go with it. So whatever works for you. If you want to get up and dance, if you want to sit and sway in your seat, if you want to really go inward, whatever works to connect you with the energy of what we're starting now. So, ready, and Bismillah, 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 Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Bismillah. Amen.
There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 remember. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 remember. So here we're singing this English of the La ilaha illallah. There is nothing but the one reality, nothing but God, which is love, which is life, which is light, which is sorrow, which is joy, everything. There is nothing, 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 only God. So I'm going to invite us to use this as a centering practice, which is what I love to do with this song. I sing it a lot on my own when I feel this need to remember my oneness with love, with life, with God. And I'll invite us to bow. So we're going to cross right hand over left and bow beginning to the left. And I first bow on nothing, so it looks like this. There is nothing, 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 and then we're going to sweep the heart. Only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. On the remember part, here we're going to, if we're standing, we can take 4 steps in and then 4 steps back, but it looks like this. So it's remember, 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 and then bringing that remembrance into our being. Remember, remember, remember. And there's a very strong, I find, energetic quality to that, bringing that, our hands up and receiving that remembrance of the oneness and bringing it back into our beings, into our hearts. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 there is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, nothing, only God. There is nothing, nothing, only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 remember. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, nothing, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, nothing, only God. Remember, 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 remember. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 remember. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Remember, 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 remember. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. Stay on that. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. There is nothing, 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 only God, only God. There is nothing, 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 only God. feeling our feet on the ground or our seats where we are sitting, and taking a deep breath in together and releasing it. Amen.
Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani. So I've chosen a few dances today to help us through this time of social isolation. This is a mantra for releasing impatience and anger. I spent about 6 months working with this mantra every day, just releasing impatience and anger, and it worked. So just a little report. Adrianna and I are gardening every day, 3, 4, 5 hours. We're really enjoying being on our property, and we've cleaned up the whole garden area. It's really beautiful. Adrianna's been doing an incredible job beautifying. So, Shanta Prashanta Sarva Krodha Upasha Mani Swaha. Shanta Prashanta Sarva Krodha Upasha Mani Swaha. So as we're singing this, keep your focus on your heart. That's all it takes to be in your heart, is to let your attention be there. Anytime you can transfer from blah blah to the heart, just by focusing there. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani. So releasing anger and impatience for the whole world. We have people on from all over the world creating this wave, using this mantra all over the world. Here we go. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani swaha. Shante prashante sarva krodha upasha mani Shante prashante sarva yoga upasha focusing on the heart. Shante prashante sarva yoga upasha Shante prashante sarva roda upasha one more time. Shante prashante sarva roda upasha one more time. Shante prashante sarva roda upasha Swaha.
Swaha.
Let's have a poem, Adrianna.
I have had it backwards, thinking it was your love that I sought, thinking my sorrow is you not loving me enough. Oh, it was me not loving you in all your forms, in all your brokenness and glory. Not that, I won't love that, I said. When I don't love you, it hurts me. I will never be filled by your love. I am constantly filled and emptied and filled again by mine.
It's one of my favorites. So I clicked through everybody's picture except the people that came, in the last few minutes. And it's wonderful to see everybody. It really touched me to see your faces. So this is the short version of the Gayatri mantra. We sing the call and response one, but it's not going to work on this. I sing this short version to my plants in the garden every day. I sing it multiple times. Om Bhur Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimaki Yo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhur Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Vargo Devasya Dhimaki Yo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhur Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Vargo So hear the words, Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Again, Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Again, Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dimahi. Bargo Devasya Dimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Those of you that know the call and response should be able to pick this up pretty easy. I'll say it one more time. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. So I'll say it, you repeat it. I'll just leave a pause. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. One more time like that. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. So again, keeping your focus on your heart, this is a mantra bringing love and light and spiritual assistance to everyone. And as we focus on our heart, we're bringing love and light to the world. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha. Tatsavitur Varenyam. Om Bur Bulaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Argo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. One more time. Om Bur Bhuvaha Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Margo Demasya Dhimahi Yo Yonaha Prachodayat. Swaha. This is read a poem, tell who wrote it, and tell who wrote the other poem. The first one.
Which one now?
It's the one about, I've had it backwards.
This is from, my poems are often from a book that I wrote of poetry, and the first poem was one of mine. And here's another one. Let's build ourselves as beautiful as we want our world to be. Wrap ourselves in light and give ourselves away. Everyone knows what we're against. Let's show them what we're for. Become the door that opens and keeps people hoping. Don't just point the way toward the one. Become the path that leads us there. Be the change with everything we do. 'Cause if we're gonna change the world, I have to start with me. And you have to start with you.
Allah.
Allah.
Oops, wrong key. Allah, Allah. Allah, Allah. Allah, Allah. Allah, 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 La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Allah, 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 La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Amen. Read another one, but somebody's requested louder.
Should I lean in here?
Yeah. Not that one. You already read that one.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Let's build ourselves as beautiful as we want our world to be. Wrap ourselves in light and give ourselves away. Everyone knows what we're against. Let's show them what we're for. Become the door that opens and keeps people hoping. Don't just point the way toward the one. Become the path that leads us there. Be the change with everything we do. 'Cause if we're going to change the world, I have to start with me You have to start with you.
Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Haven't played this one in a while. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. So that's the chorus. Send your blessings, send your blessings, send your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. You can spend your time worrying about what's wrong, or be sending your blessings to the world. That repeats. You can spend your time worrying about what's wrong, or be sending your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. You can spend your time criticizing yourself, or be sending your blessings to the world. You can spend your time, or be sending your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. You can spend your time finding fault with everyone, or be sending your blessings to the world. You can spend your time finding fault with everyone, or be sending your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Send your blessings. Send your blessings. Send your blessings to the world. Amen. Let's have one more.
Amen.
Remember to be loud.
This one life burns like a sun, gigantic, whole, lighting up the world. This one life is also delicate, ephemeral as a candle flame, full of mystery, truth, and delusion. How could I have missed this? Where have I been? Always the beating of this heart, always the breath, and the intricate, simple gestures of this body. Here we are as ordinary as rain, complicated as a snowflake. There was never anywhere else to be.
So we're going to move on to the next part, Sukaynah is going to present a reparenting paradigm. A couple years ago, I was in Florida, and she invited me down to lead a workshop, and we did this process together, and it really helped with a core issue I was dealing with. There's this concept of restimulation, where when we get upset by something that happens in life, it's often a reaction to a past hurt. In some way, it triggers a past hurt. That's the restimulation. And each time we get restimulated, it offers us the possibility of dealing with that issue. And her process is a way of dealing with the issue. When I did it, I found a person in my life who was comforting to me. And whenever this issue comes up and I feel into that space, my maternal grandfather is there. He's always there to explain things, and it's completely comforting because the issue was abandonment. Anyhow, Sukaynah, let's have you come up. Cool.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, everybody. This is a great honor and blessing for me to be here with you all, and especially in this way. I also had the great blessing of having a career in psychotherapy in private practice for 30 plus years. And through the grace of that and the beautiful people I sat with in this shared intimacy, this process just arose. And I'm not the only one who ever thought of it, certainly, but I'm the only one who ever thought of it this way. So I offer it to you today. Bernie talked about triggers. Most of us know what triggers are. And another way I think of that is it's emotional memory coming up. Now, the reparenting process is exactly that. You know, it's just like you learn to become through your awareness, your consciousness, your wise self, the adult to the younger parts of self who didn't have the benefit of that for whatever good reason. And it could have been just a situation, a one-time situation or a several-time situation, or it could have been in your perception that something was distressing to you that nobody noticed or didn't know about, or for some reason you didn't talk about. And as we know, your issues are in your tissues, and what doesn't get resolved gets stored somehow. So here's an opportunity for release. So another piece of this is that, I said I think of it as emotional memory also. Memory, there's many kinds of memory, and we usually think of memory as the story of what happened, the intellectual memory. Well, this focuses on, that can be included, but this focuses on emotional memory. The thing about memory, it comes back in the state you're in when the original event happened. So if you think about it, when you are triggered and have some kind of disproportionate response to a situation in the present, that's your cue that, oh, maybe, this is something I'm dealing with from the past, and it's not really, my whole response isn't really about what's going on now. So if you think about it a little bit more and deeper, you might be able to hear that some of the reaction you're having doesn't quite sound like the adult you are today. You might hear that it comes back with the mind of the younger self. Because it's dependent, it comes back exactly as you were in the state when the original event happened. So that's how I think of it. It comes back with the mind of the child. So what do we want to do about that? There's several features that I develop with reparenting, and one of them is interactive guided imagery, where the adult you are today goes into an internal process, guided, obviously, and meets the younger self. It could be any age, whoever shows up at that time. And the important thing is that you're trying to introduce yourself to this younger self and why you're here. You know, sorry I wasn't here before, but I'm here now to listen to you and to help you resolve and release and heal from whatever stress, whatever distress, whatever trauma you had that you had to go through by yourself. And reparenting, this process can happen whenever you show up for it. So it could be 10 minutes after the event. It could be 10 years after the event. Sometimes in my case, it's 60 years, 70 years after the event. It still works because in that part of the brain and the imagination, there's no time and no space. Everything is now. So sometimes what happens when you meet the child's not always willing to accept you or, you know, welcome you. And it's vital that you accept those responses, that part of you, however that part shows up, because your job in that moment is to be there authentically, genuinely, no holds barred in your truth with that part of yourself. So if that part, like happened with me for many, many years, that part for me was very angry and distrusting and said, oh yeah, you? Thank you, no, I'll do it myself. So what I did, and you know, I allowed that because, you know, what else would I do? I couldn't, if I tried to make myself be different, I would be defeating the purpose because I would be creating more distress and more defense, making it harder to get there another time. So I just kept, you know, offering and sensing the willingness. When I sensed the willingness, I went further, and that's what I suggest to you. Here's Bernie's favorite part. Another feature, supporting feature, is imaginary childcare. The really great thing about imaginary childcare, it's always available and it's always free. So what is it? The purpose of that is to keep the child safe and protected and free from harm or threat of harm, because that didn't happen before. And we're not, you know, always available for childcare. I'm not available 24/7, 365 days a year. And sometimes, frankly, I don't even want to be. So, but imaginary childcare is always available, and you just leave that child there as long as you need to, again, until you can show up fully present, fully in presence for that part of yourself. So what I suggest is a person, a trusted person, if there was a trusted person in your life, either real or imagined, past, present, or future, you know, in Bernie's case, it was a grandfather. A friend of mine leaves her little child in the goddess's rocking chair. It could be a place or it could be an object. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters how that younger part of you, that emotional self, feels in the presence. Am I safe? Is she safe? He's safe? Protected and free from harm or threat of harm. So, and this can change at any time. This is a fluid process. You show up as you are. You can change your trusted place, your imaginary childcare at any time. The third part of the supporting features for me is the safety, comfort, and soothing list. And you already have that available to you, I'm sure, but you may not think of it that way. It's really about self-nurturing. But it turns out that this whole process operates on the principles of neuroscience. So what you're doing with the safety, comfort, and soothing list, which is actually effective coping skills, what you're doing with that is you're helping the nerve cells in the brain, the neurons, move more quickly and smoothly and easily from the part of the brain that lights up in an emotional reaction and in the stress response to the cerebral cortex, where we have access to our thinking brain, our awareness, our consciousness, our higher self, our witness. So how much time do I have? Oh,
5-6 minutes.
thank you. Okay, so I just want to invite you to do a little exercise with me if you choose to, just to show you what this could be like. And if you want to, just adjust yourself for comfort, close your eyes, and breathe as you would normally breathe. So I invite you to think of a time or imagine a time as an adult when you went to a restaurant and they didn't have the meal you most wanted. And allow yourself to notice any feelings or thoughts that arrive. And now I invite you to remember a favorite place in nature and transport yourself there. And again, allow yourself to notice any feelings or thoughts that arise. And now take a moment to notice the difference, if any, in your responses to those two memories or imaginings. That is a tool called thought replacing or thought shifting, where you take something that may be distressing and you replace it with something that feels a whole lot better. So I thank you for that. Now for the actual steps, which are also written in the chat box, and you'll get a copy of these at another time. So the first one is to acknowledge that feelings came up. You can return to the room now in whatever way is right for you. Acknowledge that something distressing happened and feelings came to the surface. So you would be, this is in the process, you're talking to your younger self as you imagine, as you see your younger self, as that part of you shows up. And then the second step, and these are interwoven, they may not be discrete as I'm describing them. Allow your younger self to express whatever they want to release with no limits or restrictions, no holds barred. Some of you might be familiar with the Byron Katie judge your neighbor process. It's like that. Whatever comes up, allowing that part of you to empty, to express and say whatever wasn't available and wasn't allowed to say or didn't have the opportunity to say earlier. Because the idea is to free yourself and release this energy from your cells, which has been stored for however long. And the third step, which you're doing along with the first and second step, is to listen, active listening, where you give your whole self, you're witnessing and giving your whole attention to that part of yourself. And at the same time, you're listening and validating that experience, and only with what is real and true and authentic and what you can genuinely and completely promise. No false promises, no false reassurance. So I wouldn't say, for example, everything's going to be all right. But I would say, I can be with you through this. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I'm so sorry nobody was there at the time you needed it. But I will be with you now. And the fourth step, again, is the comforting and soothing, which is really vital and critical. And in my experience, that's a step many people skip. And I'm wondering if they skip that step because it's uncomfortable to self-nurture. But I can almost guarantee you that that is the piece that's going to smooth over the dendrites of the nerve cells, the neurons, and make smoother passage. That actually is what creates behavior change. It makes you want to make the trail that you blazed into a highway, like you have with many other habits and things that you enjoy. That about completes it for me, and I invite you once again, if you're interested in learning more today, join me in a chat in the breakout room after the social time breakout room, and my contact information is in the chat box. You're welcome to contact me anytime. Thank you, and may all be well for all beings in all ways. Amen.
Bernie, was there anything else you wanted to say?
Nope, go for it.
That's
Thanks,
beautiful. Thank you.
well, thanks, Sukaynah.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
that
you.
offering. It's really, and
Right.
I know that one of the ways I comfort myself is to sing these songs from Dances of Universal Peace, and so I'm just really glad to offer this song, "The Longtime Sun," blessing from. This was written by Sanat Namkar. It comes from the Sikh tradition. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. So, this song, I want to give you some mudras, some movements to do. Then I want to invite you to choose people in your gallery view. I want to remind you, you have arrows on either side to go through the different gallery views and connect with different people who are on Zoom today, and send this blessing to them. And in the sense of, may the longtime sun, may the longevity of our lives and the eternity of the sun and the infinite of the sun bless you and bring that love and light into your heart. So the first move, when we sing May the Longtime Sun, we'll just raise our arms and kind of gather that up. So may the long time sun, and then bringing that down and blessing yourself, shine upon you. And then all love surround you. And I'm just holding I'm going to back up a little bit. And just holding your hands out and feeling that love surrounding you. And then, and the pure light. Now I'm going to place my right hand or my left hand up on my heart and my right hand up down on my solar plexus down here. Within you. So may the pure light within you. So really feeling that in your solar plexus and your heart chakra. And then you're going to bring up your right hand and find somebody in the gallery who you really want to send this blessing to and connect with. Shine your way on. Shine your way on. Okay. May the long time sun shine upon you. I just changed the words. It's guide your way on. Oh, that's so fun. And this is a variation so we can do hand movements, but it's guide your way on. I know. Guide your way on. So I really just taking this blessing into your heart, into your being, gathering up all that love and light from the sun into the being of who you are and what you have to offer. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Once more. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround Satnam. Satnam.
Siyakudu sa Siyakudu sa Siyakudu sa This is Zulu. The words are Siyaku du mi sa. Siyaku. Siyaku du mi sa. Do mi sa. All together it's Siyaku du mi sa. And the words should show up in the chat soon. And then the last line is Nkosietu. 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 So it's Siyaku du mi sa. Siyaku du mi sa. Siyaku du mi sa. Nkosietu. Which in Zulu means we praise you. We praise you. We praise you, O Lord. The dance to this is a very specific partner dance. If you've danced it before, you may remember it's the part where you're doing part of it. You're holding hands with the people on either side of your partner as the circle's moving anti-clockwise. And so you're singing to your partner, but you're not touching them. And we can't do anything like that here now. So what we're going to do instead is a slideshow of the camp that we're virtually at right now, so that we can all connect through appreciating the same images at the same time from the camp. A lot of photographers contributed to this, and I thank all of them for their photos. Now, there's a way to not have the gallery view cover up the slideshow, but I don't exactly understand the technicalities of that, so do your best. And Jen is going to cue the slideshow, and once that's cued, then we'll start. on the breath. Amen.
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, 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 Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. So we're singing here in Sanskrit from the Buddhist tradition, the four immeasurables or the four limitless ones. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. So metta being loving kindness, Karuna, compassion, Mudita, sympathetic joy or happiness for others' happiness, and Upeka, equanimity. As I understand it, they're called the four limitless ones or the four immeasurables because they're always available to us in an inexhaustible supply. So whenever we connect in with the heart of love, harmony, and beauty, we're immediately connected with this source and this stream of blessing. So metta, karuna, mudita, upeka. And so what we're going to do now is share the glance and share the braka, the blessing with one another with some breakout rooms. So we're going to try this out as a partner dance in the breakout rooms. And so how this will work is we will sing it together in the group, and we'll begin the first time we do it, we'll do it a few times. So we get really into the flow of this. And then what I'll do is I'll send you out into breakout rooms with a partner. And so I did learn as I was creating the breakout rooms that I can only have 50 breakout rooms. So some people may have 3 people in their partnership, and others also may have an angel in their partnership because some folks are on the phone. Some folks do not have their video turned on. So I just invite you to be present with whatever arrives in the breakout room partnership for you. So again, I will sing it. We'll sing it all in the group, and I'll be the only one unmuted. And we'll do that as we get going. We'll do that one time, and then I'll send you into the breakout rooms, and you'll go there, and then you'll need to unmute yourself. And then you should have time to sing it through twice with your partner. And the movements we're going to do are very simple. So we'll just do a prayer mudra bow. Metta, karuna, mudita, upeka. And then sending the flow of healing blessing. Metta, karuna, mudita, upeka. Beautiful. So we'll do that as many rounds as feels right for me, since I'm managing the rooms. And I invite you to just be present with the flow, and it may take us just a little bit to get into the rhythm of that. You'll have about a minute, a little over a minute in each room. And again, enough for 2 rounds of singing. And then you'll come back into the main group where you'll be muted, and we'll sing it together again as a group with me leading it. And then I'll send you off again. And let me just look down, make sure that I don't have us for 20 minutes in the room. Yep, I think we're good. So tuning into the energy of loving kindness, compassion, joy for one another, and equanimity. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Now sending the blessing. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Again, prayer mudra bow. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, sending the energy. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Here's your first partner, friends. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Here's your next partner. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Next partner. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Next partner. Metta, Karuna,
You can push this forward.
Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. Last time. Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upeka. sending out the blessing stream of the four immeasurables, loving kindness, compassion, joy and happiness for others, and equanimity to all the beings, all the places in the world who could use this blessing stream. Sending it out now. Svaha.
This is such beauty. And we're going to close with the Kalama. I recently learned that Kalama means statement or authority. And the words to it, La ilaha el Allahu, which is actually a dialect, there is nothing except God. There is nothing but God. That's the authoritative statement. And then the second part of it, Muhammadan Rasulullah, is an invocation, a way for us to connect with or invoke the energy of Muhammad, who was what has been called a realized human being, a complete human being, able to be present and fully engaged at every level of humanness. And so if we draw that into us, then we too can be that in the world, and the world needs it so badly. If you remember the movements, it's backing out on La ilaha, emptying, coming in on El Allahu, filling ourselves. That happens 3 times. And then Muhammadan Rasulullah, the first time is a turn to the right, the second time is a turn to the left, if you want to do the movements. This is going to be a shared leadership experience, so we'll be passing it from leader to leader during the dance. There is nothing but God. Amen.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us today. Wow, so beautiful to share the heart space with you through the ethers. I want to say thank you again to all the leaders on the leadership team, Bernie Heideman and Sky Safir Roshay, my dear beloved mentors in particular, my dear beloved friend Jennie Nuriya Akers, beloved Adrianna Heideman, our friends Hakima and Nuriya and Michael in Florida playing with us on the Kalama, Jyoti and Yusuf in Colorado, beautiful beloved Sukaynah in Florida. Thank you, Sukaynah. And our amazing technical team of hosts. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Angela Clark, again, Robin Schnitzler, and Joanna Hunter. So grateful, so much gratitude to be with you. Thank you all for coming.